In this video, I wish to explain how your home office design can support your creativity. First, I want to talk about what is the ideal mindset necessary for creativity to appear. And in the second part, I wish to go into concrete interior design examples that have been shown by science to impact that mindset and subsequently creativity. So what is the mindset necessary for creativity? Well, if you think about it, to be creative, we need to be in a positive state of mind. The state of mind that is best suited for creativity is one that is relaxed, open, and curious. Being relaxed helps you step back from stress, which can block creativity. When we are stressed, we develop a sort of tunnel vision focused on one problem. But when we are relaxed, ideas can bounce around in our head freely. Being open means you are open to new and different ideas. You are ready to consider different ways of thinking. And being curious means you want to dig deeper into ideas. You have a desire to explore ideas more profoundly and take risks instead of sticking with what is already known. These three states together create the right environment for creativity to flourish. So how does space design impact your level of relaxation? There are many ways in which interior design can help you feel more relaxed. For example, a personal and private space like your home will always make you feel more relaxed than a public space, and part of it has to do with the degree of control you feel you have over it. So being able to personalize your workspace will make a massive difference in how relaxed you feel both in a home office setting and at work. Personalization can mean adjusting the height of the table and chair to your body, but it can also mean having specific tools that you need laid out in a certain way, or being surrounded with items that remind you of people you love or special moments in your life. By personalizing a space according to your preferences can provide a sense of comfort and relaxation. Not surprisingly, some studies show that during the pandemic, employees who had to work remotely felt more creative, and although there are many reasons for it, working in an environment that provides psychological safety massively impacts your level of stress and subsequently creativity. Another element that has been studied and proven to impact our levels of relaxation and creativity is nature. There are studies that show that just 3 days spent in nature can help you become 50% more creative. But even the presence of mere houseplants can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve your state of mind. Now, how can interior design impact openness? This one is a little hard to explain, but the way Donald Ratner explains it in his book My Creative Space is this. Our mental space, i.e. idea space, expands and contracts in direct proportion to our perception of physical space, both real and imagined. In other words, the more expansive you feel your surroundings to be, the broader your outlook, the more compressed the settings, the more focused you're thinking. So where will you feel your most creative? In a big wide space. But if you don't work in a cathedral, a palace, or on a mountaintop, how might you generate this sense of physical space? There are a couple of ways you can do that. You can make use of outside views. Placing your desk opposite to a window with a beautiful view will help you trigger this sense of openness to new ideas. But even if you don't have great views outside your window, you could place your table in such a way that your back is against the wall and your eyes are towards the interior of the room. This will create a sense of space in front of your eyes. You can also trick your mind into thinking it looks at a big wide space because it doesn't really know what's real and what's not. So if you place landscape photography or art over your table, you will have the same wide space effect a real window would. It would help you get into the creative state of mind that you need. Finally, how can interior design impact curiosity? One design feature that touches both on openness and curiosity are high ceilings. It seems that not just the space in front of our eyes, but also above our heads can make us feel more creative. Experiments using fMRI machines found that when people looked at photography of spaces with high ceilings, a part of the brain involved in visual exploration of space was activated. In other words, spaces with high ceilings instill curiosity and a willingness to explore that space, while lower ceilings don't have that effect. Now, if you don't work under a high ceiling, don't worry. Again, there are ways to trick your brain into believing it stands under a high ceiling. And what you want to do is to make use of tall and vertical elements that make your eyes look up. This could be striped wallpapers, full-length drapes, portrait-oriented frames, standing lamps, architectural paneling. You get the idea. Another element that engages our curiosity is play. So spaces that encourage a sense of play can stimulate curiosity because when you play, you are free to explore without worrying about mistakes. Play encourages you to be not just more curious, but to be more imaginative, to experiment, and to wonder. So how can interior design encourage playfulness? There are many ways, but here are 2 ideas you can use in a home office setting. One is to create areas where you can be messy without restrictions. This might be a small makerspace or a crafting table. Keep these areas well stocked with tools and materials that can be used to construct various items by hand. Being able to make things by hand stimulates the mind in all sorts of ways, including prototyping new ideas. And the second way you can encourage play is to use lightweight and flexible furniture. Flexibility is the hallmark of creative thinking. Just like an open mind thrives in an open space, a flexible mind thrives in a flexible space where items can be moved around and reconfigured to suit various setups. So there you have it. These are some interior design strategies to stimulate relaxation, openness, and curiosity that will help you become more creative. Are these the only strategies to help you become creative? Absolutely not. The field of environmental psychology continues to find new things every day. And people are more responsive to some strategies than others. But with more and more concrete science backing up design decisions, we can now say for certain what kind of spaces are more likely to support creativity and which ones aren't. And if you like this video, I have an entire class called Home Office Interior Design for More Creativity, where I explore more of these design strategies, and I even interview some creative people to find out about the kind of environments that help them become most creative. If you want to know more about it, check out the link in the description. See you all in the next video.